Hello and welcome back to Pyro 5610. Just so you guys know, sorry about the lack of uploads. I actually filmed this video once, this exact same one, and it wasn't good the way I pictured it because I basically left water out all week hoping it would freeze, and it never froze. So then when I came out to shoot it, none of it was actually frozen. So there were just little like slivers of ice in it, and the coolest thing of that episode was that I got these little 22 bullets to catch in one of the jugs. So you can see that's what's left of it. It's like the whole bullet, it's just the ends smashed down because it hit ice. But that was the coolest thing. Everything else just was like really boring, and I was like, I'm not gonna upload like this stupid thing. So today on Pyro 5610, we are going to be shooting blocks of ice. This is just a 1 gallon. I've got 4 of these, and then I've got 2.5 gallon jugs frozen. I just threw them in my freezer because I was sick of waiting on the weather to decide what it wanted to do. Also, I know a lot of you have been, not a lot of you, but some of you have been nitpicking me about safety glasses, so I finally bought a pair. They are the Striker F1s. They're the exact same sunglasses I have, except these ones just have a clear safety lens, whereas the regular Strikers have polarized safety lens. So I'm gonna set these down range, gonna do the typical thing, 22, 38, 45, 9mm, and then I really underestimated these once I got them out. I was like, you know, I really feel like that's gonna stop a lot. So I did bring the 5.56, the 300, and the 30-06 just to see what all we can get to go through it. I really think it's going to take quite a bit to punch through those now that I look at them. And for the original test, I did have little bottles of water, and I left those out here just to see if they would freeze, and I'm pretty sure they're not frozen yet. So this whole weather thing, I mean, it's 35 today. It's been hovering between 35 and like 27, so I was hoping maybe something would freeze, but it doesn't look like they have. So I'm going to go set up some targets. We'll get down range. This is my first, well, second day technically, but first day out on the range with my new mic. So let me know what you think about it down in the comments down below. There we have the jug. It is completely frozen solid. They've been in my freezer for at least a week. So I have my Smith & Wesson M&P 22 in the long rifle, in the AR I should say, not really a long rifle. We're gonna put a couple rounds into that jug there and see what she does. Alright, so very similar to the bulletproof glass. It hits and then it gets absorbed in here, and the result is all this powder that comes out. Well, it's shaved ice technically. But I had a couple good shots, one there, one in here, and then one on the backside when it fell over. But as of right now, I'm not seeing anything going through, which I expected that. I didn't expect anything to go through. So nothing on the backside. Just a couple shots there, and then I did have one. This is where I hit it initially before it fell over. And nothing back here. So we're going to move on to the 38. Hit it a couple times with 38 and go from there. Alright, so I didn't mention it in the last video, or the last clip. Those were brass-plated full metal, or brass-plated hollow points for the 22. Just cheap Remington ammo. This, for the 38, I'm going to be using Full Metal Jacket, flat-nosed. See if that'll focus. You get the picture. But everything I use for these videos is Full Metal Jacket. Someone was asking me that in one of my other videos. He's asking what I shoot at all my targets, and the answer across the board is, unless I say something different, it's going to be Full Metal Jacket and the the brass-plated hollow points for the 22. So I have the 38. It's probably gonna take me all 6 shots because I still have not gotten any better with this revolver, admittingly. But I'll just show you the one that actually hits it. So one went in here. I did have one go up here because like I said, I'm not very good with this gun. And it came out the back here. And then one grazed the side over here, but the biggest one was probably this one right in here. and it's definitely stopped somewhere in here. This one came out the top, but it didn't have very far to travel. So I'm still gonna say that stopped it. This one's pretty much all beat up inside, so I'm gonna grab another one, bring out the 45 and see what we can get with that, and then I'll move on to the 9. All right, due to the struggles of filming by yourself, I forgot to check if the camera was even on. Lo and behold, it wasn't. But I did hit it with the 45. That's what you missed. So, this is the entrance. I don't know if it's focusing in or not. That's where it hit at first. Blew out a lot of snow. This is the back side. Now, my question is, did it go through? Which I don't think it did. But I mean, there's a decent, like, chunk of ice missing. I don't think it went through, but I'm curious to see if it did actually penetrate this block. So, we're gonna do a little creative editing here, and I'm going to see if I can get the case off of this and kind of break it apart and see if there's a bullet left in here. So, after the investigation and chunking it all apart, I didn't find a bullet. I think it actually passed through at some odd angle and probably severely deformed, but it made it through because it is, as you can see, not in here. And I chipped the entire thing apart to see if I could even find a piece of it, and I can't. So, moving on to the 9. So here's my theory, is I don't know if the 9 will go through it because I think the 45 had so much mass behind it that it just punched a hole through, and then it somehow contorted the bullet and slid out on the other side. I think there was just so much weight to it, but I know the 9 travels faster, but it's also a much smaller bullet. So will the 9 make it through versus the 45? Well, if we already know the 45 made it through the 1 gallon. This is another 1 gallon, and it's brand new, brand spanking new. I got my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. So we're gonna see if it'll make it through this. So this is for science. So this one, unlike the 45, is no doubt what happened here. So you can see this is the entrance wound. You can kind of see the hole right there. And then the back, it definitely flew right through, not even slowing down whatsoever. So that answers that science fact for today, but I still have 2 of the 2.5 gallons, which are the longer ones. They're not like the bigger gourds, they're just like a longer one. So I'm going to set it down here on the range. I'm gonna pull the truck up into my typical rifle shooting spot. Also, for those wondering why it's so hard to get out here and shoot during the winter, is because it freezes and then it thaws, and then it freezes and then it thaws, and then we end up with this river that is like right behind the range here. And you can see, I mean, not that the truck can't handle it, it's just a muddy mess back here. Okay, so I backed up. You can see the nice little river there. I have the Palmetto State Armory 300 Blackout, newly modified with the Fiocchi Falcon on the top of it. So for one, we're gonna get to see what it does down there, but we're also gonna see if it held a pretty good 0 since the last time I shot it, because the last time I shot it was the last time I shot this gun. So we're gonna get to take a look here, and we'll set up in the truck and zoom you in. So just for reference, I'm going for the left one, which I'm looking at it backwards right now, so it's kind of backwards for you, but this one over here. I don't know how it's gonna show up on screen, but it's this one over here, the lower one out of the 2. Alright, so you can see here, that's where I hit it the first time with the 300 blackout. And if you come around to here, even though I didn't go through the whole thing, it did go through quite a piece right there. You can see it all just jumps out. I was actually surprised by this test because I thought that the looseness of the, I don't want to put this, like, because it was packed tight and then it like spread out, I figured it would absorb more of the impact by like dissipating it, but clearly I was wrong. But that's why I do these things, because I'm curious myself. So thank you for watching. Thank you to my Patreons for sponsoring this episode. There's a link down below if you'd like to join. $1 is all I ask. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Pyro. Have yourselves a wonderful day. That'll work.